Alright, so I'm just gonna clean out the van today. I figured I would make a little video just as I put everything away, maybe explain it a little bit as I go. You guys. It's my 112. I actually really rate this saw. I run this every day. I've done a carby rebuild. Put a rubber intake boot where it joins on top of the piston in there. And other than that, it's been a great saw. I got given this one. I got another one for $500, and so between the two of them I've sort of been Frankensteining them. That's the other thing. Melted the side cover all off. Because I've taken the spark arrestor off and then also taken the little like cut of it out of the exhaust to make it a bit louder. What's wrong, Alex?
I'm not talking to you.
550 XP Mark II.
5.
Yeah, 550. Only issue I've had with this is the oil pump sort of let go after, I don't know, maybe 8 months or so of using it.
Daddy.
So I had to, when I had issues, I tried to do my own sort of dodgy fix, and then that really didn't work out, so I had to fucking wait a bit longer than I anticipated. It's got these like extra big dogs. CJ,
4.
yeah, CJ actually made me these dogs that fit under this. Well, he didn't make them, but he modified some for something else.
5. 7. 5. 4.
462, stoppers are rock. Fucking love this saw. Just 20-inch bar. Yeah. 661, a 30-inch bar. Again, stoppers are rock. Fucking best saw. Love this. I've got a couple of other saws sort of just sitting around that I haven't really, I've got a 200, it's a bit rubbish, so I need to do some work to that. I've got a 660 as well. I've got the Makita electric, which is pretty good. Yeah, let's probably start with rigging gear. So this is an 80-meter length of Tefferberger Sirius, 16mm. Really nice rope. Try to save that for obviously bigger removers and things. But it's definitely handy to have something that you can sort of use. So this is a 16mm, 60 meters from Elevate Rescue down in Sydney, Luke. I've had this for over a year now. I've absolutely thrashed the fuck out of it. It's actually quite really good rope. It's fucking held up really nice. I've got some pretty yeah, it's definitely seen a fair bit of use, but I still use it from time to time for stuff. But if it's more critical, I'll go out there, be serious. So this, I've got 100 meters of the same Elevate rope, but it's a, what is it, 13 mil or something. Yeah, this is I didn't use it much to start off with, but even on larger removals and things, I'd much rather use something like this for the bulk of the rigging that you do, so that you're not dragging and hauling a fucking 16mm rope everywhere. So the other two ropes I just run in like PVC bags that I've got from Aldi, which is like $20, but so I got in the musky bag. The two lanyards that I run. This was a V2 recoil, but I've melted it because I run that 992 about the exhaust cover stuff. And so not only the cover, but I've melted some saw straps. So I've just been using a short length of pink Cougar pink, and yeah, this works really well. I use this for my climbing saw, and a lot of the time bigger saws and stuff too. But if I've got crane removals and I need the saw sent up later or something, I'll usually have this attached to like my 46 or the 66, and so they can send this up for me on the crane hook.
Let me have a try.
You want to try and pick that up?
No, I can't.
You can't pick it up? So I've been running a lot of my gear in milk crates lately, haven't I, Gnarly?
No,
No?
no. Let me try.
They're stackable and easy to use. I've got, a couple of various lengths of just different types of rope.
I'm just trying to carry your rope.
It's always nice to have a little bit of rope, spider
I'm
legs
just trying
or...
to carry your rope, Dad.
That's alright, she's allowed to do that. Spider legs, slings, redirects, something, anything. Short pieces of rope are always handy. So this is about 30 metres of an old poison ivy rope I used to run as a climbing line. And yeah, see a couple of the scorches and stuff on it. This thing's been through hell for the last year. I still run it. And it's probably my most commonly used line. It's the first thing to get pulled out. Generally on a lot of the smaller stuff, especially.
Come, boy. Come on.
It's also a good pull line, so it's always good to have. So that's like one of the essentials on the site for me. So these are two different types of friction that I enjoy. This is an aerial sort of friction device, the Safe Block. It's got a decent sized sling on it, so it's a really good thing to have out for rigging. I'm going to try and use it a bit more now that I've got someone that I'm trying to teach a bit more about that side of things. And then for a lot of removals, if I'm not having to lift or winch things up, like that'll be fine. And if I need to take something bigger, I can always have the quad wrap at the base, just to have a wrap or two, just to assist in that aerial friction. So those are two things I like to have, sort of real close by. So just here I've got two Pintos and decent 10x solid red slings, Deadeyes. They're just good for redirects and stuff. Usually for a main rigging point, I'll probably just set this up. I use it a lot for even smashing blocks and heads and things like that. It's MBS 120 kilonewtons, so it's a solid little pulley made by Luke to elevate. So that's something I like to keep on hand always if you like to run. The steel banner on the end of your rope is a really good one. It's actually rated for like 70 kilonewtons. But you should never side load benders, but if you were going to do that anyway, this is a good one for it, I'd say. So yeah, normally I would be running this, but I sapped it the other week, so I need to get a new sling for that. I've made a lot of my own slings, but I'm starting to
They're those kids.
yeah, stuff I can lose them.
Come on.
But yeah, I made a lot of my slings, but I'm kind of overdoing it, so I might send that shit off to get done by other people. So this right here, this is my BFP, big fucking pulley, and you know, it's got a decent sling again. But yeah, that doesn't come out heaps often, but it's one of those things that when you got it, and when you need it, and you got it, you don't regret buying it. These things are really good, super bomber. The sling's just not heaps long, so I don't actually use it a lot for much. So I'll just use that elevate pulley, or I'll jump over to this DMM one with what looks like a really small diameter rope, but that's like apparently good for like 10 ton, so it's like Kevlar. It's another little thing from Luke at Elevate, but super hardy. Gets used a fair bit, especially in like sketchy ass sort of trees that might be dead or have dodgy points. Having a super long sling like that for 4 or 5 meters makes it nice to be able to sometimes just like super prepare your rigging points. It's another like fun new thing that I've got that I thought I'd never really use much, but now that I own it, I use it all the time. Again, I just got all this shit from Elevate. Double locking snaps, ISC. We got these 22 kilonewton nylon Singing Rock slings. How long are they? I'm pretty sure 80 centimeters. Yeah, so I got a decent length that you can still tie up things. This is just another sort of random extra bit of friction that you can use. Something called a whale tail, figure 8 with ears, on just a smaller diameter. Basically kind of like one of those things with all the holes in them. I don't use it much, but it's handy to have.
Dad, can you open it?
What's wrong?
I found my doctor thing.
Where is it?
It's in here.
Don't really use this much in the tree, but even just this smaller husky lever thing, I took the hook off because the hook's kind of just annoying.
I'm gonna open this.
But it's good to have some extra leverage for filling
Here,
or
Dad.
thank you, Natalie. For filling, or even, you know, it is not bad to take up the tree at this size to just pry logs off and things like that if you need. Cougar's my rope. I like Cougar better than other stuff now. The only other shit I really tried is the Kimura, which again, really nice rope. Really nice. It's just a bit stretchy. I like the Cougar, non-CE Cougar, because it is super static, which is fucking handy for SIT. So it's my 30 meter, 11.7 mil, no spliced eyes. I prefer not, I'll just tie knots. And so yeah, that's this one's my absolute workhorse. I use this for majority of the time. Particularly for under crane removals and things like that, it's nice to have a shorter rope so you're not having to tend and manage too much tail when you're moving around a tree with a crane. Is that your doctor thing?
Yes, I found it.
Where'd you find it?
I opened that thing. And
60 meter?
I opened that.
I've got 100 meters in this bag. I can't be able to lift up and show you.
Want a bigger one or a small one like me?
So this is the rope that comes with your Captain Hook set. I prefer using this more if I need extra length for a redirect on that 30-meter rope. I'll use this so as a retrieval leg instead of as the instead of my Captain Hook line. So that just leaves it in here. But so this is what I'm running for my Captain Hook setup. Hitch climber, ocean polyester cord, and this is a Yale, I think, Phantom rope. Yeah, it's a nice eye, but I want to change it. I want to make it so I can clip this with a carabiner on and off the end of this rope, so that I can just even use the tail of my rope as the hook. You know, little things. So I'm going to start running this pole belts basically tomorrow and go back to the positioner. At the front of what? But yeah, so I'm going to go back to using the positioner too. Super smooth. I think I prefer this over the notch. The other one, I'll get it out anyways. So this is the one I was talking about, the notch glide. It's not a bad device. You can't knock it, really. It's just, I don't know, it's a little bit counterintuitive how it releases. But otherwise not bad. Again, Cougar everything. I want to switch to the orange, so I've got a different coloured line to what I'm using for my high line. I feel like that's probably safer. Oh, colour, I seen you just think like that.
Daddy, wait for me.
These are my OGs. I've replaced the fiberglass in the pads a few times. 40 a few times. I'm running short gaffs, always have. I've tried longs for a little while, but I kind of think I prefer these. I kind of prefer spikeless most of the time. I only pull these out now if I really need to. And but yeah, these are solid as. These will last me 8 years. So I highly recommend. Pretty sure they're distal geckos. Or I don't know, but they're old. They're sick. I wouldn't worry too much about carbon fibre and shit like that. Because I think it's all a little bit of a whatever. So these are my Prosic systems. Old school hitch climber. These are Elevate Beaners, these blue ones. I like them because they're... What's wrong? These are actually rated for 30 kilonewtons. Oh my god. So that makes them just a little bit stronger by like 6 kilonewtons. Than most, well, 6 to 8 kilonewtons than most average beaners. Sometimes I like to run plain old English Prosic. Maybe on the tail or something, I don't know. Depends. And a bunch of spare Prosics. So I got a old school Lockjack Sport. Again, I might use that on the tail of my rope or something.
Banana.
Is it banana flavoured? Banana?
Yeah, banana.
Old school DMM
It's like a banana.
regular figure old 8. They're pretty fucking handy. They are handy, gnarly, I promise.
And here's some yogurt.
Come back here. You will show it from here. Come back here. I'll show you your yogurt. Is that your yogurt?
We eat it.
Old school Petzl Zigzag OG1. I got given this, not mine. Gregory that I got given. Been starting to play around with Acer Lankers and stuff. I just bought a snake tail as well. So yeah, why not? OG Roadrunner. I don't know if that's fully kosher doing that, but I love this thing. This is my go-to work device. So everything's exposed, you can see what's going on. You can pull the whole thing apart and replace every single piece yourself if you had to. Yeah. I like the MM Oval Beaners, these are handy. And I bought this recently just for sort of competition stuff because my other one obviously wouldn't pass regulation things, but I've been climbing on it a little bit, trying to get a little bit more used to it. It's not a bad device, I just don't like this whole covered up spring thing inside here that you're meant to clean and whatever. Fuck that. Oh, sorry. This is my SRT kit that I'm running at the moment. That's the CT double hand ascender with a strap that Charlie from Full Circle gave me.
What is this, Dad?
It's a throw ball.
Throw ball.
And so that attaches to your left foot, obviously. And I've got, instead of like a knee ascender, which I'm liking this because it shares load between more of my body with my shoulders and my left leg and everything. I'm just running a 120 centimeter sling with a little figure 8 in it. Run that over my shoulders like a training bra. And clip this to my device as I'm ascending. The blue thing. IC Strider. I've had this thing for a while. It's starting to get pretty flogged, but no complaints on this thing. This is like a soft 8 ring to ring thing I made. It's not long, but these are really nice. I actually think this is a really good idea for like cambium saver type thing. A larger bend radius, so it's a bit better for your rope, I'd say, than 2 of these alloys. Yeah, I think this is cool. I've got 2 spare knee ascenders. Just because I have an adapter. This thing is sick. It's pretty hectic. So I only run 1 cube with Ultima. I've got like a fishing reel and other sort of little like other bits of throw line, but I don't actually have like a 2nd cube or anything because I couldn't be bothered. I keep breaking the other ones. This one's actually lasted me about 2 years now. It's been good. Got a 14 ounce notch and a 16 ounce Harrison Rocket. Sausages. This is my workhorse. I got 2. What do you think them? Well, we've got 2 of the Volts. I think I've seen them. I keep 2 of them on me most of the time, and I got this one purple Pinto on a tape sling. So I've basically got 3 redirects, or it's a bunch of handy things. Got a quickie on this one, so I usually try to keep it like, rigging, life support, whatever. I just have Petzl carry tool. It's been slightly modified to be a little bit better for the saw. Just clips on back here. I really rate this harness, but it's apparently no longer being made. So here, I've got an extra long bridge. It's just a Kong duck cable tied to the outside. And so it goes through the ring on the harness still. So the duck's not life support, so the cable ties are not bad there. And because we've got it not blocked as well, so even if the Kong duck was to let go, you just have a really long bridge. I rate these. These are great. You can still fit multiple things in there, but it's not restricted. Like you can get a bigger beaner through that, then you can get through like the Notch Rook or the Rock Exotica Hydra, which are both. It's all good. But I've come back to enjoy this. I think I might need to get a new one soon. It's starting to get a bit worn. But that's my work rig.
Yep, some more.
So just recently I've decided to start getting into I'll have a go at competition climbs this year. So I bought these because the freestyle comp cans I burnt the shit out of my hands. I got this Edelrid Tree Rex. Yeah. It's got all the extra little bits and pieces in there, but I've just got the... I actually do really like this harness. This thing's great. So all I've done is I've kept it with the original sort of this shorter bridge. But the cool thing about it... Gnarly, Daddy is trying to do stuff. Okay, I know it's funny. You are funny. But I'm trying to get this done so we can go to the park. But yeah, so it's got this shorter bridge. It's got a longer one in there with a what's here so you can with a little bit of plastic and shit too. I'll see if I can just find it. So it comes with a few things. It's got like a little belay loop that you can add into it, so it's more like that SRT harness that some people like. It's got this length of Prusik with a longer bridge. So the idea is you can add the Prusik instead of the Kong duck, but I tried that at first and I found it to be really fucking shit compared to the Kong. So I've just got two Petzl carry tools on this. So I don't really know what I'm going to be doing. It's got these really cool adjustable fucking things that go on here with the leg loops. So it'll make it go longer or shorter. And so you can be basically more leant back or more upright depending on how you adjust it. And that's something you can do while under tension, which is like just a cool feature I thought. Still got quite narrow leg loops, so it is a nice light harness, but that's why I like my new Tribe, because it's got really extra big leg loops. So when you're in the tree for all day, like, you know, just hanging around on cranes and stuff, you want some more support. So yeah, this is what I've been using for the competition stuff. Again, just running that one. Yeah, I've got a Taz Love and a Snake Anchor coming, hopefully by the end of the week. And of course, like a slack line, it's got super thin webbing, so I suck at it, but we'll take that up to the park. Now that everything is put away, and I am ready to go. So this is basically what the inside looks like. You know, like I got a throw line here. Okay, I'm gonna hurry up. I was gonna finish this last bit. Sorry, baby. Oh no, me too. And so this has been Joel's helmet for a while, but I got him a new one. Got him the Husky. I run the green and gold Protoss. There's my pole belt, so my harness. The harness is hanging up there with the SRT stuff behind it. spikes, gear. Like, there's me hook hanging up here, Aptar. Rigging ropes are in the back there. I got these 2 milk crates, sort of tied in here. 2 climbing lines tied up here, dangling down. But so basically I'll just stack a bunch of climbing gear on top of that. It's a bit silly. Jesus. Alright, but yeah, and so like the milk crate, you know, I'll stack a bunch of climbing gear on top of that. We'll be able to carry this down to the tree. Basically what's in there is enough to pull down most trees, but if we need something a bit more extra, then we've got all the rigging ropes here and extra rigging gear and stuff in there as well. So yeah, climbing systems, climbing stuff. There's a little air compressor up there for the Aptar, just plugs into the cigarette lighter. I do have this Courant bag that I don't really run. Thanks, Nolly. Unless, like the other week, I did a job out on an island, so it was handy to have that bag, to just fill that bag up and have gear. There's another notch harness up there. Got a rake. I got this wolf pole, that thing is fucking super handy. Built this little thing, so far this plyboard's been holding up alright for sharpening saws on 66. I got one of those Husky jerry cans recently. I got some Husky axes. These are really nice, but I need a new handle for this one. Spare chains of bars and shit. Tools. There's wedges in this Protoss bag. I got one of those big silkies in here. And yeah, that's it. That's my setup. Alright, let's go to the park. Okay.